Hi, so here are a couple of tips to help your members, your clients stage a comeback. They got stuck for a reason. There are habitual patterns, there were things that they were doing that at one point probably were working for them, but at some point stopped working for them and they didn't recognize the change. So they're stuck now and they're not sure how to get out of it. Here's where you come in. Here are a few things that you could do right away. I'm going to give you 3 very specific strategies that if you do right now will show them how to drive revenue immediately and help them feel like they're back in control of their business. Number 1, have them write down what are the top 5 complaints about their industry or about their company specifically. All right, so let's take Netflix for a moment. Netflix took the top 5 complaints about renting a video from a video store. And Netflix now is this very sexy tech-based company that streams content and creates content. But what were they in the beginning? They were just mail order DVDs. That's it, just mail order movies. So they said, what are the top 5 complaints? Number 1, I've got to drive to the store. I don't like doing that. Number 2 is they run out of titles all the time. I want Terminator Genesis, and since everyone else wants it, they're out, and now I have to come home with Titanic. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for showing up with Titanic, we only watched that one 50 times. And God forbid I don't watch that epic video in one night. So the third complaint is I'll get hit with late charges, right? I can't buy the video, by the way, but you'll be nice enough to charge me late charges. And then what if I don't rewind it or if it comes back with any damage at all? There's penalties. 5th complaint, I've got to drive it back to the store. I'm not busy enough in my life. So Netflix said, here are the top 5 complaints about the industry. If you still want to do all those things, go to Blockbuster. However, if you want to just walk to your mailbox and back, guess what? You can be one of our clients, and we promise you, you're never going to have to deal with those top 5 complaints again. Well, guess what happened to Netflix? And guess what happened to Blockbuster? Right? Identify the top 5 complaints, have your client or your member circle at least one and say, that's a promise I'm going to make to my prospects and to my clients. Will never happen again if you're one of my customers. That will help them tremendously. Tip number 2. Right now, we have to unleash the internal cash flow and the internal profit in their business. So I would suspect most of your clients do not have process maps for each area of their business. They probably don't. Okay? What's a process map? It's a workflow. It's a mind map. Think a box with an arrow to another box that just shows the flow of work throughout the business. Now, some of your clients might have process maps. Either way, if they don't have them, make them. If they have them, that's great. Next thing we do is we take the process map, we assign an owner to every box. And then we say to that owner, how can you improve that box by 1%? That's it. 1%. And we'll create a metric for each box, and we're going to have them take that one metric and just improve upon it 1%. Now, interestingly enough, you improve one box 1%, it has to improve the box before it and the box after it, because remember, this is like a relay race. They hand things off to each other. Most businesses have anywhere from 25 to 100 boxes in their process map. Imagine you took each box and improved it by 1%. That will help your members, your clients get unstuck in a hurry. Last one, 3rd tip. They could do this one immediately. This one's great. You make extra money, it's extra profit, and there is no additional work that you need to do. This one is we call raise your pricing 10%. Almost all of your members are so emotionally attached to their pricing that they have forgotten that prices need to rise over a period of time. The reality is they got so emotionally invested and they are so in tune with their internal challenges or the economy that they probably kept their pricing static or it's not at market levels. So look at the pricing, see where you can increase, and you'll find that not only do they get extra revenue for every time they sell, but it goes right to the bottom line. So those are a couple things that you can help your clients begin to stage a turnaround. Hope these were helpful.